Welcome to Human Geography. My name is Felicia Liebler. I've been working at Brookfield High School for 21 years. Some of the courses that I've taught are psychology and AP psychology and world history, modern world history, American government, contemporary issues, global themes, and of course, human geography. My educational background is that I went to the University of Connecticut and got my bachelor's and master's in history, political science, and international studies. I love to travel and have even studied abroad. I'll share with you my family in a moment. And some of my hobbies include cooking and running and spending quality time with, of course, my family, which you could see here. You notice I have a teenager and a soon-to-be teenager, so I come to you speaking both as a parent and as somebody who understands the struggle. And so please feel comfortable reaching out to me at any point this year. Geography is extremely important. It helps us to understand the world in a better way. It helps us to appreciate our life. And this course is very relevant because it's not studying the past, it's studying what's going on right now. I'll include some links, but on the Google Classroom is a welcome letter and the syllabus. You are, of course, invited to view our classroom and join it as a guardian. And I hope that you take me up on that opportunity. We do use Zoom daily. We have an e-text, and for students that feel more comfortable, there's a hard copy textbook if they would prefer that. Our class procedures is that you log on to Zoom in the Google Classroom at the beginning of class. Students that are in front of me in person are typically just using the Google Classroom, but if you're from home, Zoom is the way that you participate. All work is submitted in the Google Classroom by the end of class. I usually put an extension due date like 5 or 8 o'clock that night. Sometimes it's a couple days in the future, just to give students that needed a little extra time to work on it. If they needed help, they could reach out to me at the end of class and I can help them after class. I said that work that's submitted beyond the due dates has a grade penalty of about 30%. Typically, students have been great about communicating if they need more time, in which case I wouldn't assess any kind of penalty because they're letting me know why they need that extra time to work. I ask that you really encourage your student to ask questions before, during, and after class, that you ask them to reach out to me. I promise I will be gentle with them. If it's something sensitive and you'd like to reach out to me, feel free to do that as well. Class has typically been me instructing, them working in small groups, sometimes paired. We're trying to get more collaborative work in this new educational form that we have this year. So as a result, a new way to learn does include a lot of technology. The effective communication, whether it's speaking or emailing or chatting, is hugely important, and I have to say the students are doing an amazing job with that this year. I also encourage them to be problem solvers. They know their technology extremely well, so I look at them as resources that can help figure out the best way to go about something. It's really helpful to stay organized. I know the Google Classroom helps with that quite a bit, but it's also good to learn how to manage your time so that you can make time for all your responsibilities, but also some relaxed time. A lot of my deadlines are set at 5 or 8 o'clock at that point. They're relaxing and doing something for themselves. If your student is in person, I just ask that they keep their space. Their masks are on all the time in class. We take individual quick mask breaks, and the warm weather has also allowed us to take whole class mask breaks outdoors. So I hope to continue that for as long as the weather allows. I don't have a lot of supplies that I'm requiring students. The most important thing they could do every night before they go to bed is charge their Chromebook and bring that charger with them in school, just in case they need it. Earbuds or earpods are great. We haven't had any paper, but I said it's always a good idea to have like a folder, some paper, and some kind of writing utensil. A lot of them still have the traditional planners, but if they wanted to switch to an online planner, that's fine too, but somewhere where they could keep track of all of their assignments. There's a lengthy list of expectations for my students, but the one thing that I ask is that they attend for the whole class until I dismiss them. Their video format should be on, so that way I can ask questions and call on them to participate if they're working from home, using technology responsibly and not for things like gaming or chatting. And I mean, a lot of these things are common sense. I've already mentioned communicating effectively, and I see them doing that already. A lot of these other ideas you can kind of read through, but they have been very polite and respectful to one another and very patient, and so I appreciate that. Again, my expectations and my philosophy also complement one another. I just ask them to make a great community with the people that they're learning with, be respectful, use a lot of common sense, which I'm seeing a lot of common sense. And the communication is much more frequent just because their needs are different, depending on who they are and where they're working. Again, an entire slide dedicated to how to communicate. And I just say, again, ask them to reach out to me. I will be gentle and reasonable with them. Um, if they don't speak to me, I don't know what's going on. I don't know how best to help them. You can always reach out to me at any point. I'm happy to speak to you or your student by phone, chat, Zooms, emails, face-to-face conversations. I will also try for parents to send you like a big email once every couple weeks letting you know what's going on in case it seems kind of tedious to follow along with the Google Classroom or simple conversations that you have with your student. I'd like to thank you for watching this video, and I'd like to thank you for your time and for encouraging your student to do well this year.